Hey, how's it going? I just thought I'd record a video rather than the Auto Club one I'm doing at the moment. I've been building on this for about 3 or 4 days, and I'm going to do something which I thought some people might find handy to watch because it's a different kind of building. Basically, normally what I do is I build something from scratch. So I build the walls, I do the floor, put a floor in, do the walls, do the ceiling, get the proportions right. Then I build everything in it myself, and I do everything. In this case, I downloaded this pretty nice bar that someone else had made, but it was fairly empty, and I saw a lot of potential in it, so I decided to open it up as my own bar, and I changed it a little bit. The floor is the same, the ceiling's the same, the wallpaper's even the same, the woodwork was all here, but I took out, there was a whole bunch of built-ins here of seating that I took out. Then there were some tables and some seating around the tables there and there, and I took those both out and put in these instead. I made the tables myself, but I put in the sofas. The curtains weren't there. The windows were there. I put the curtains in. I put these drapes up here in the window and the curtain rods. The lights were here. When you came in, this door was just plain. I put in the brass push things, and I put in a line, so it looks like two doors because it looked a bit funny. I put the exit sign in. What I had, I'm a bit dopey. I just woke up, so excuse me if I'm a bit all over the place. There was a pool table here, which I took out. I put in a better pool table down here instead. And the fireplace was already there, but I put the grate and the tiles around it. And I basically decorated. The stage was here. She had I think it's a she. She had the musical instruments. She had the bass, the guitars, the microphone, and this keyboard already in. I put the speakers, and the piano was here as well. I put the bass in, the stool. I put some music on the keyboard, on the piano, because there was nothing. There was just a piece of blank paper there, which looked a bit silly. So I made that. I made that yesterday. It's a bit stupid, but whatever. But I like the piano. It's sort of all beaten up. So I basically took things other people had made. The bar was already there. I changed the textures on the actual bar. She had used this wood, this wood here, which is it's like a floorboard wood. It's shiny and it's pale. It's like a floorboard. She had that. Again, I'm saying she. I'm guessing it's a she. She had it on the bar. These shelves were made of it, and this was all made of it. This bit up here with the top part was the same. So it was all this. It was all this wood. This wood here was all the same. It was all very pale, and the back of the bar was like a shiny metal. So I changed the textures around. I put in a new floor texture for behind the bar. I got my fridges and cupboards from my other club and moved those in. Put in the bar fridge from the other club. Made a really quick something that looks like a cash register from a distance. From a distance it looks alright. And the only bottles were here were these kind, and I think these kind. So I grabbed a bunch of bottles from my old place and put them in. Put my lemons and chopping board in from the other club. Just started grabbing stuff from elsewhere and bringing it in. So like sort of moving house, you know. But then I found things like the jukebox was already made by someone else. The gaming machines were made by someone called Dallas, which I really love. They're great. I forget who made this. It's very good though, Wurlitzer. And I just started grabbing things. The clock was here. The clock was in this corner here, and then there was a pool table here. Down the end here, there was like nothing in this corner at all, but except the window and the walls. So just some love hearts on the floor. Not even a bed command. I think she sort of gave up halfway and just decided to give it away. So I put all this stuff in. I put the pool table in. I put the artwork on the walls, the dartboard I put in. I made the chalkboard myself. I put a barrel here. I put this chair that I found, which is really nice. And I just started grabbing things from a couple of sites that the picture I made that picture. I changed it a bit. I grabbed a few things that were already made from elsewhere, and I just, because that's the sort of way the build's sort of been going. I found this already made. This pool cue holder, it was already made. The barrel was already made. The artworks were already made. The dartboard was made. The lettering I got elsewhere and then made my own letters. Yeah, that's mine. This this neon was made already. I added the glow to it because it didn't have a glow on it. These letters they're the only things that had a glow. So this one had a glow. This one didn't have a glow. I added that glow. I added that glow. I added that glow. I put in the mirror ball. I put in the lights. I put in the stage lights turned off. That was already there. So it was a mixture really. It was just a bunch of things. I took some things out and then I put a bunch of things in. I put this seating in. I made this incense yesterday. So it looks like there's incense burning with the smoke. Yeah, she had these lights in already. I like them. So I left. It's the first time I've sort of come into something that's been sort of started, and like I said, I normally make it myself from scratch, but I liked the feel of it. The layout was good. The size was good. It just was a bit empty and needed some love, so I started whacking stuff in myself. I put a glow around the exit light. I made the exit light myself yesterday as well. Did a lot yesterday. And added this glow, so you get this sort of ambient green glow. It looks a bit more real. So that wasn't there before. I also made a toilet, so I put a hole in this wall. Made this silly sign myself. Made those. And then I built these toilets myself. It's the men's toilet. Made that. I bought the urinal I made elsewhere a while ago in another place, so I grabbed that and brought it here. But I did make these sinks myself with this strange looking sort of tap. So it looks like it was very quick. It just sort of looks like you can just flip the handle on it and then it kind of turns on. So I made the plug hole, whatnot. So, and I grabbed the toilet paper from another build as well, because that can be fiddly to make. So I made that. I brought that over. I made those push things. I made from scratch. So that's the men's toilet. So just 3 cubicles with glory holes, which I've never made anything with a glory hole before. It's the first time I've used it. It's quite fun. And urinal on one side, and then on the other side we've got the ladies' toilet, which is a little bit. It's got a different decor. It's got the same floor and same ceiling, but it's got these different. This one's got this for men, and this has got like a nice sort of strange sort of, I don't know what you call it, an eggplant purple colour on a different texture. And they've got 6 stalls because they don't need a urinal, and 2 two sinks next to each other. So I put that in. I did build that myself. So what I'm going to do is build an office as well, and then it'll be finished pretty much. I've sort of done everything I want to do. It's open. I've got it open already. People have come in and already seem to like it. It's called Rocky's Bar, as you can see. So I thought I'd build an office. Now what I'm going to do is, unlike normally, normally I would build everything from scratch and put in, like physically build everything myself. That's what I do, and I take hours and hours and hours to do it. But in line with what I've been doing already, and just grabbing things already made, like the jukebox, the gaming machines, the clock was here, and all of that stuff, the piano, the pool table. I thought some people that don't like building themselves, but do like to put together a room from something that other people have done, might find some, or want to do that, that can't seem to get the hang of the very fine work, the very small stuff. So like getting the like these tiny little lines on, like these little arrows and whatnot, or the letterings and the fine little, those little, everything that's all made of anyway, basically, that aren't really into that sort of stuff, but would like that they'd like to just grab stuff other people have done and build something out of that. I thought we could do a video for you guys. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to knock a hole in the wall to show you how to make a room from another room. Like, so if you've got a room already and you want to extend it and make a new room, you need to put a door in. Well, how am I going to make a door? Okay, it's fairly easy. So we'll do that first, and I'll show the basics of how to put in a new floor and walls to match the ones that are already there, so that you don't have to screw around getting them the right height and stuff. But that's for the benefit of anyone that just sees this video and no others, because I have mentioned it in another one. And then I will finish recording that, and then I'll get the room the right size, and then I'll come back to this. I'll join it up to this video when I'm starting to plonk in ready-made stuff. I'll show you where to go, where the files are, how it works, and how you get them into your room and all that sort of thing. Alright, so first off, I've just got to decide where I want my office. I've decided that, because this was just one single corner with a pool table in the middle, I put the stackable chairs and whatnot. So I put the toilet there. If you go to the corner, I already got the size of the height right. See, it's already the right height. So I'm thinking here, it looks obvious to me that that's where the door for the office would go. There's really nowhere else I can think of, unless you put it round here maybe, but it's a bit, that corner's nice the way it is. This one's sort of empty anyway, so I'm going to put it in this corner, and then I'll put a little office sign over the top in like a gold or brass plate with black lettering for office. So I'm going to put the door here. So let's get into edit mode, and I'll knock a hole in the wall, just roughly. I won't finish it. I'll just roughly do it. Roughly show how to get the floors and stuff right, and then so I put commands on the tables. I put a bed command on the bar as well. The wall one was already there. Alright, so we're going to make a door here. First thing I want to do is get the height right. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to, actually I'll take all three of them, like that and that. Copy that, center, and I'm going to drag that out. That's my template for the new door, right? So we want to spin that around 90 degrees. Oops. 1, 2, alright. So let's just move that out the way for a minute. Okay. Alright. Now we're going to make a hole for our door. So you click on the wall, right? You can see it's from the green line. That's the one. That's what they've used. I'll say she because I think it's a she, but sorry if it's a dude watching this and he's like, I'm not a girl, but I think it's a girl. That's the wall she's used, right? What I want to do is I want to make a hole here. So what I'm going to do, instead of just moving this, like what I could do is I could go like that. Oh, by the way, I've already looked outside and I can see there's nothing out here. So I've got the space. That's the toilet block. I've got the space by which to put an office. That's not a problem. There's nothing there. Right. I could just go like that and then put a new one and try and do it like that. That's not the best way to do it. Right? You want it as even as possible. So I'll do a reverse. So first you copy it. Okay. So copy it. Move it over. Am I yelling? Sorry. Move it over. So I'm moving one of them over. Right. Then you click what's left. Click the bit that's left. And then go to the other end and drag that end over. Alright. Now what you've got is two pieces that are exactly the same distance this way from each other and the same thickness and everything, but most importantly they join up perfectly that way. Alright. They're perfectly, you don't have to push them backwards and forwards like if I went that way like this, and then you end up with a shitty little line when you're trying to join things up later. So you do it like that, it's absolutely perfect. Right? Alright, so first we want to get that. Now we want to do a top as well. So I'll just copy this one again, and we do the same principle. We just drag it this way, over it, just basically over the edge a little bit. Doesn't matter if it's into itself there. And over this one, right? We want it over there a little bit, so just over that one. And then we want to lift the bottom up. Why she's got the bottom so low, I've got no idea. No idea. Alright, and we can bring the top down as well. Also high. I've got no idea. Take that down. What's going on? What have I done? Oh, okay. I want to make that. Yeah. I did that. That's right. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's it. Okay, hang on. I don't need that high. Should I just... doing. If I lift that up like that, okay. Get it right. So basically, yeah, what you're doing is you're copying one piece and making two out of it without moving it. Right? Now I'll get these three. I learned something the other day as well, which I never knew before, and I've been building for about 6 years or so, and I never knew this. These things up here, these two groupy things, I didn't know this. I only knew it since I started downloading things other people had made. If you click this with the arrows coming in, when you click it in future, it'll be one lump, one group. If you unclick it, it'll just be single pieces. I was always going click, 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 reselecting. So, but that tells the system it's one group. Isn't that clever? So, alright. So we want to get door in the right spot. Probably, let me have a look. It's a bit over, about there. Doesn't have to be in the middle, I don't think. I think there. Alright, so let me lower this one down. Like that. Alright, let me bring this one. Bring that out. How about I get as much as it's sticking out on this one? Not much. So like that. Alright, so we get this. Move that to there. Get that. Move that to there. And then we need to do the same with these dudes. Yeah. So she's done that completely along the whole build. So copy it. Move one of them out the way. Click what's left, where like in the gap. Don't, yeah, you've got that one. That's over the top of the other one. So clicking that, you don't know what you're clicking. But if you click what's left on this side, and then grab the other end, normally it wouldn't be that long. And then like that. Right. And then just repeat with all of them. So copy. That way. Got the other end. And that is how you make a door in an existing wall. She's got a lot of pieces making up this stuff, this woodwork. Undo that. That's in a group. Clicking something, you want to make sure it's not selecting anything else. Alright, so do it again. Alright, so copy. I've found that out if it's grouped in an existing build. Hang on, what's happened? Oh yeah. If it's grouped in an existing build, check to see if it's grouped with something else in that build, because I took I needed a round thing to make these out of, because this light just had poles going into the ceiling and it was a little bit plain, so I made these little fittings out of a sphere and a cylinder, and I needed a sphere, like quite a small one. Instead of making one from scratch, I thought, oh, I've got other ones somewhere else, and whoever made this base put it on a little stand, and I thought I'll just grab one of these. Right, see how if I click it, it's all one piece. All the pieces come as a group. So I was like, but if you click it again, you can just take one thing at a time. So I did that and took it, and then I started working on it here and turning it into different stuff. And about half an hour later, 20 minutes later, I looked over and the base is all over the place because it was still grouped with that sphere that I grabbed, that I copied. I copied it, and made a new one, and the sphere was still here, but it was part of that group, and whatever I was doing to that, I was also ending up doing over here and not realizing it because I wasn't looking. So if you are working on a build or an item that has a grouping, the best thing is to put it where you want and make sure it's where you want, and then ungroup it if you want to work on bits of it. But it's up to you. But if you just check anyway, just check. If something's grouped and you ungroup it, or you just take one part of it, just check it's not doing stuff to other stuff. Alright, that one, copy, because you can get caught. Yeah, I'm going to have to do what I did before with these walls. I did this manually. I'm going to have to do that again. I'll do it in a minute. Okay, and then what's this one? This is the bottom one. Copy. Go that way. Copy. Go that way. Okay, let's put the lights up. Okay, so what I did to make this look like that, I did that manually. I moved it all nice and neat, so I'm going to do the same. So like there, and then I'll just adjust these. Oops, what happened? Oh. Oh, it's the red one. I might do this later, because you get the idea. I'm just moving things manually backwards and forwards to line them all up to get. I've almost done it. Hang on. To get her work back together, so it looks like that. Yeah, Alright, well, I'll do that later. But that's basically, there's the door in. For the walls, what I might do, because she's got these in the way. These are, I'll just move them out of the way. Just move them through the wall. See how that's one piece? If it's one piece, you can't resize individuals, or you can't resize it as one piece. So I'm going to have to ungroup that. So that's that one. And now I can do it in. So yeah, she's made very large boxes. Like everything's made of very big, thick pieces, which is not normally how I wouldn't do it that way. I would just, because the system's got to draw everything and overlay the textures on everything. But to each his own. So there and there, and that's as much as I can do, because that's the bar there. Is that right? I haven't touched anything. It's all the same. It's all the same. Alright, so on this one. one, and this one. In. I need as much room in here as I can get. So just push it into the wall. Okay, so we've got our door ready. Okay, to make a wall, you do the same thing basically. So you grab the wall that this is made out of, you copy it, you go like that. I'm going to put it here, grab that, like that. Right. But then you squish it out that way, like that. Okay, and same for the roof. So if I was making a new, if I wanted the roof the same height, I don't think for the office it needs to be the same height, to be honest. So but it's the same principle. So you just grab whatever's there. So if I want to make a new roof, I can copy this wall, right, and then drag it that way, put it up there, and down like this. And see, I've got a totally new piece, separate from everything else. That's the way you do it, because if you want it lined up perfectly with something else, it just means that you just don't touch one side of it. Okay, so but I'm going to have to do something else, because I want the I might make a bit of a tunnel as well, like I did last time here, because I've got in mind what I'm going to put in here, and I'm going to put a bunch of things like photocopier, ice machine, desk, a bed, a locker, a safe, a sink, mop and bucket, just officey stuff. So like usually offices in bars and that kind of venue are utility rooms as well. So like up one wall I'm going to have shelves with cardboard boxes which would have like glasses and new glasses and stuff in them. Washing machine for the rags and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop recording now and just get the proportions correct of the room. I can't change the bar, and I basically had this idea that we're going to come in through this window, through this door, and it was going to be completely on the right. Like the door I'm going to put here, so that you have to walk around and into it like here. But this isn't wide enough. I want this down here somewhere, and I don't know if I really want this in the way, so I might have to make a tunnel, or I can have that. Maybe I just have that like that, but I want more space, so I'm going to have to work that out myself, and I won't waste your time while I'm doing it. There'll be a wall there, so I'm going to do that now. I mean, I'm going to do it in the next few hours, and then when I'm got the room in the right shape, and I'm ready to start plonking in pre-made items, I will explain. I'll join it back up to this video and explain where I go to get them and how you put them in. Okay. All right. So I'll be with you in a few minutes or hours, but for you it'll be a minute. Okie dokie. I've finished the room, so I've put the walls in. So I put a door on it. I've yet to do a handle. I'll put a handle on it later and put an office sign over the top of it. And then basically this is about the size I want the office. I want it to sort of look dingy and small-ish, but I think it's about the right size to do what I need to do. I did find out that what I thought was the back of this, how it came out, actually was just extras coming out. I could get rid of it, so that's what I wanted. I just wanted this room like this. So this part of the video, I'm just going to show you how to get objects that are already made, and how to put them into the build. And then the last part of the video, I'll just basically probably just show you the way it turned out, because there's really nothing to it. Once you know how to put a set of objects into a room from a download site, there's really nothing more to know. And I'm not going to be building much. I'll probably make a desk of my own and a few things here and there, but that's probably for different videos. So this video is just basically, you know, how do you get items that are already made, which, as I said, I heard that door works like this. The pinball machines and the jukebox, the piano, the bass, the billiard table, the dartboard, they all, the cue holder, they all come, someone else has made them and then saved them as their own file. So they come saved as a world file. So I guess that's one important thing to note, is that when you save your build, it'll be saved as a world. That's .world world file. And if you have, say this bed was made by someone, this is just a bed out of the inventory, which I put in just to sort of get an idea of how big the room should be, because all the beds are the same size. But say someone had made this and it was a group of objects, when they save it, they would save selected to file. They'd select everything, so select the whole thing, then they go save selected to file instead of save to file. Save to file is the whole room, the whole build, the whole everything. Save selected is just what you have selected, and then it will save that as a world file, and you can import that into another build by going merge from file. So load from file clears out everything out of the whole room and loads a completely new file on its own. Merge from file keeps what's here and loads another file and joins it into this one. So without further ado, I'll just show you the two places that you can go. Right now, it's a little bit difficult for me because one of them's got almost pornography on the banner, and I can't show it on YouTube, so I can't really show you the proper site, but I can show you a bit of it. So this is the first one, which I recommend. It's called, you can see up here in the address. I'll put links in the description box anyway. 3dxchatsharing.com. Everything here is free, and you don't have to join. I think everything is free. Yeah, pretty sure everything's free. You don't have to join or register or anything for that one. You just come here, and you'll see here there's all these items by category. I've got the office section. There's also whole builds, like whole places. If you want to download a whole build of its own, but we're talking about objects for your build, putting them in. So so for the office, if I wanted to download, so this office here, click on it. I mean, the hard part is telling you where, you know, the most important part is telling you where to go. So that's it. So there's an office set. So you get a little download button there. If I download that, it'll just give me this, and then I'll click on that, and then it'll download it for me. Okay. That's this site, right? And this site I found is really good. It's run by a really nice guy called Torax. I found this one is very good for objects, like things to put in other things. There's a lot of stuff that I found here that I couldn't find on the other site. There may be other sites as well, but I don't know about them. But there's a lot of single items that that you can. Oh, cabinet, that might be good for the kitchen of this office, maybe. But this one seems to have a lot of choices of objects, bits of things, whereas the other one, which is called, I can't show you the top part because it's a little bit rude, but basically, yeah, this operates the same, except when you download from, like, I won't click anywhere in it because it's going to load the banner again. But if you click it, it'll take you to the page for that thing. You can have various, they've all got various photos of what you're looking for, and that will download from the actual page. So they're the two sites that I recommend, and as I said, maybe there are others, I don't know about them, but these two are quite sufficient for what I'm using. So 3DX chat sharing and 3DX mods. For 3DX mods, you need to register as a user before you can actually see them or download them, but there's no cost involved. It doesn't cost anything. Alright, so once you've downloaded it, it'll just go directly to your download file, right, to your downloads file on your computer, and then it's up to you where you put it. Usually you put it in a folder which opens in here, so when I go load from file or merge from file, it'll come to my normal folder that I use, so you don't have to go backwards and forwards. But I've downloaded a bunch of stuff already. There's fonts, there's all sorts of stuff that you can use. I'll just do a couple of things where, like, say then, let me just download a couple of things just to give you an idea. So for furniture, let's go load from file. Right. Oh no, load from file, merge from file. Alright, we're going to go downloads. We'll go, oh, there's an ice machine I want to put in, so this ice machine by Dallas. He's the same person that did the pinball machines. So when you click merge from file, nothing happens, but you go up and you can usually find it somewhere. Here it is here. This isn't grouped in pieces. Alright, so I'm just going to need to go like this and then group it. Hit that group button and then lift it as one item. It's pretty straightforward once you understand where to go to find them and how basically how it functions. Like each thing is going to be a world file with the same extension as a basic build. So pull it in, and I want to have it behind the door there. And I found out that the lighting, I can't make it really bright in here because the lighting seeps out. You can see even here it's doing it, seeps through the wall. It goes onto the wallpaper and whatever, so when it's dark, that's the normal lighting for in here, it's doing this business here, which is no good. So I'm going to have to use sort of lamps everywhere instead. Alright, so get that over, and I'll show you how to use the fonts as well. So spin that around 45 degrees. It's grouped on center, not pivot. Otherwise, if you use pivot, it'll do something really nasty. Watch. Alright. Wrecked. Wrecked. Right. So you're going to have it on center, like that. And then it goes in one piece. Right, but we want to exactly 45 degrees. Sorry, 90 degrees. 1, 2. Okay, and then we move it into place. It wouldn't be right up against the wall, would it? It also wouldn't be left open, but whatever. Alright, I've got my ice machine, which you would have in a an office. I've worked in pubs before, so you would have it in an office. Alright, so trim the wall a little bit more. Alright, so that's that. I'll do another one as an example. So merge from file. Let's go to, so I can close that. Let's go, let me see, washing machine. I need a washing machine, which I downloaded earlier. And normally they put them really high up, or somewhere with a big cube. Washing machine. Oh, there it is. See, put something right next to it so people can find it. It's a washing machine. Okay. So we want to get rid of the oh, it's got pipes too. Nice. Okay. So we'll grab all of that. Is it? Yeah, it's a one piece. I've grouped it together. What's this sitting on? Oh, we don't need that. Yeah, I've grouped it into one thing. Yep. Okay. I'll put that. So basically, you've got to go outside, work out where it is. I always put mine in the air, really high up. That's another build that I merged into this one. This way. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it, so I'll just leave it. Somewhere. I think I'm just going to put it maybe on that wall over there. On this wall over here I want basically a bench workspace with a sink on it, and I can have a coffee maker, a microwave, that sort of stuff. And then I was going to put a few other utility things that you may have, you know. So that's that. That seems to be about there. And then so I can get the pipes in. did want a washer, so okay. Yep. Right. Yeah, I do want a washing machine, so that it's a nice looking washing machine. Have a look. That's got a teddy in it. Okay, yeah, that'll do. I'll take the teddy out. Yeah, I like the idea of the teddy in there. Ah, it's in bits. I'll do that later. Okay, so that's the principle of it. That's how you get items and put them in your building. Now for fonts, it's a little different. So we go merge from file. It's the same principle though, fonts. I've downloaded a bunch of them here. So we just do this one, maybe Soda font. Open. Look around, there it is there. Okay. So what you would do for this one, this is the way I would do it, right? And I think this is the one that they used on the Wurlitzer as well, judging by it. Right. So what you do is grab this backing, copy it, move it across, like that. Then roughly make your letters. So say I wanted welcome, right? I'll do office. Right, so office. And each letter you'll find will be grouped in its own group. So it's made of separate pieces, but when you click on it, it'll be one group. So you want office. So this is what I found was the best way to do it. Rather than just take the letter away like that, and you've got no letter, what if you want to use it again? So just copy it and move it over. F, copy. That way you've got endless letters to pick from. You're not going to run out. F, copy. F, I, copy. C, copy. I might use this font for the office sign actually, maybe. Alright, so then you've got your word, but you've also got all your letters still there, right? Then, to make it smaller, and bearing in mind, by sliding it across only in one direction, using this arrow, I know that they're exactly lined up perfectly this way. They're not going to be all uneven, because I'm putting them in funny places. To make them a different size, I'm still working this out, but it's this, I think you can use scale 0.5. 0.5. No, you can't use it. You have to use this. Yeah. You slide these things around. It's on the different axis, so if you play with it, but use this one here with the arrow on it, the square with the one arrow inside it, because when you're moving separate pieces, you can use this one like that and make changes individually to the shape. But when you're doing entire selections, it won't work. You have to use this one. And basically, it's you just grab the oh, okay. There's the axis there. Okay. It's the depth. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, fuck off. Using the wrong one. So basically, just grab. And I think local's got something to do with it as well. But yeah, grab onto the little triangle, and then just drag it up and down in the direction of the the widest face of the triangle. Like that. And it'll resize your text like that. And obviously when you are wanting to put it in your build, you take it as a group. In fact, I might make that a group and then drag it all the way to your build. Yeah. I might use this font actually on the sign, either like white letters on a black sign maybe. Okay. And be smaller than that even still. And then place it wherever you need it to be. I think not sure about those letters, but maybe. Yeah. Do that. Make it black. Materials, colors. I want it plastic though. I think the effects one, if I make it black, it looks like plastic. Yeah. And then back. And then something like that. I'm not sure that's what I'm going to be doing, but yeah, I need different size so it doesn't show. But that's the idea anyway. Right. So make it a little bigger. Configure. Yeah, I might have a different font, something a little less tall. That's the principle anyway. That's how you do fonts. You download the entire thing somewhere. Huh? Copy the board that they've used, slide it across, and then get the letters you need. Get them roughly where you need them, and then drag them all in. So then I just want to get rid of all that. So that's right. Just check I haven't got anything else selected. Nope. So okay, Popeyes. No. There we go. And it might be okay. It's sort of like I've seen office signs like that, so maybe I might leave it. But that's the principle of it anyway. Okay, so and the light's going to be I think black block text like that one, the exit one. That's how I did the globe, by the way, with the little light boxes in front of them. Okay, well anyway, that's the principle of it. That's how you get objects from the sites and put them in your build that someone else has made. The teddy bear's coming out, it's too cruel. Ice machine, I have to put some lamps on. I'm going to put a desk over in the corner here. Here. I want the bench and the kitchen stuff over here. I put lamps around so it's not so dingy, but I do want it pretty dingy. I want a shelving here with cardboard boxes on it. I'm going to put a DJ deck here like it's in storage. Maybe a filing cabinet or something here. Desk. And the fridge has to go somewhere. That's right, I was going to make it a counter and put a little fridge underneath it, like a little bar fridge. That's the sort of thing you'd have in an office. And next to the washing machine I'll have like a mop and bucket or something. Okay, so that's the principle of how to get objects into your build, and I'll put the links to that in the description box. And so when I next come back in this video, I'll have the finished office and I'll show you what it ended up like. Okay, I'm back. It's a couple of days later. I've just finished the office and I thought I'd give you a tour. So I put the... I can't remember what I did. I stopped recording when I just started the door, didn't I? So I put the door in. I actually fixed this door jamb on the top here was a little thick, so I reduced that down and fixed that. But so they're both exactly the same. It didn't matter when that was the only one there. Made the sign. We used this font in the end. I was a little frustrated trying to find the right font, but in the end I used this soda fountain. I think it's called Soda. It's like from the 50s type font. But I actually have seen plastic office signs like that. So, okay, a little doorknob on it. Okay, so this is the room. It was meant to be dingy and like a little bit sad, like most offices in the back of pubs are usually, and even theatres sometimes, behind the box office and stuff, sometimes they're a little bit dingy and sad in the older buildings. They're just utility rooms basically that people use as offices and store stuff. So I tried to reflect that in here. I put, now the ice machine was made already, and most of the things in here I grabbed from, as I said, I downloaded them ready-made. That was the whole point in the video. So the ice machine made by Dallas, same guy that made the, shout out to Dallas, made these two machines. Yeah, he's a very good builder. He's very good at reproducing stuff. So it's the ice machine. So it's got ice, got a little scoopy thing in it. Next was this shelving unit. I actually got from a build that I downloaded. It was an entire build. It was a loft apartment, which I'm actually using as well. In this build, it's up in the sky. So I remembered I needed a tall shelf to put like supplies on, which you might have in one of these offices. And I remembered there was a tall bookshelf up in the loft. Only problem was it was too wide. It was the same height, but it was double. It was like almost double the width, very, very wide. So I just reduced it down, took the ends off it, made some cardboard boxes. I made the boxes myself. Put the little, you can see it's sticking out there. That's fine. I made the boxes with the arrows. Toilet paper I grabbed from another build, and I also put some over here, on here. It's meant to look like, you know, things are thrown around just like an office. So yeah, I put some bottles, cardboard boxes of different sort of shapes, just as a sketch, just to sort of indicate that. Got the lockers, were someone made those. They're very nice. You can't really see that very well, but inside there's a shelf on the top. Some lockers. The bed comes with the game, so I picked the simplest, tackiest bed I could find. Because when you're building, you're sort of thinking like, how would it be in real life? Well, that's what I think anyway. And so I think, okay, if I was running a pub like this, people that run pubs, they don't have money coming out of their ears. So that they'll grab a bed from here and a cupboard from there and a lamp from home, and all sorts of stuff comes from everywhere, and they just get what they need and plonk it in the office. So I figured, you wouldn't want something that was too fancy. This, although this cupboard's very nice, this was a cupboard someone made, like a dresser. I thought that fit the space really nicely. This lamp someone made, got that. I made those. I left. So this is the toilet paper as it's hanging. That's the toilet paper from the club. I turned it on its side and then I removed that bit so that they're just sitting there, and then one sort of flopped open. The safe someone made. The books came from there was a desk set that had this cupboard, this shelving with everything on it, although these books were somewhere else. It was like a desk and some other stuff, but I kept this. I just changed it to this sort of wood thing to match the room. So the books were in a pile on the desk, I think, or on a shelf or something. So I grabbed the books, put them on the safe. The safe was also, very shiny. So I changed the texture of the safe to make it look a bit more sort of scratched and old. And some books there. The chair comes with the game. The desk I grabbed. The lamp someone made, that was part of the desk already. I think the laptop was on it as well. but I'm not sure if much else was. The computer screen and the keyboard and mouse I got from somewhere else. The cup with the pencils came with this build. Some money which comes with the game. You can get that as a prop out of the game. The computer was a computer that was upstairs in the loft with this shelf, this big shelf. So I put that there because I like that computer. I made the calendar myself from scratch. So I just squashed down an island and a palm tree. These two colours to denote the ocean and the sky. And then I used the fonts, I downloaded a font and squished it all down, and I marked the day I finished it. So this is the day I put the calendar in, and that's actually the same. It was a few hours after midnight I finished it, but basically the day I finished the whole build. So yeah, it came out really okay. The printer came, that was someone else built that. The cupboard that it's sitting on I made. I just threw that together as a quick cabinet to put it on. It's just basically a box with some legs on it and a panel on the front, and then some black on it to make it look like it's doors. It's alright. A printer, or copier somebody had made. I grabbed that. That comes with the game. Washing machine, someone else made that. It actually had a teddy. It's a really nice washing machine. It had a teddy bear inside it, which I thought was rather cruel. So I took it was all in pieces, but I took it out, took the teddy bear out, and I didn't get rid of it. I just put it in the club. I put it over here. There it is, in the corner of the sofa. Hey Teddy. So I put that there, just so I didn't have the heart to get rid of him. So but I didn't think it was right putting him in there. A bit cruel. The basket, and the washer came with the pipes already. The basket came from another build of mine. I made that a long time ago. So I thought you'd have somewhere for your rags to wash your rags, and tea towels and stuff, and you'd have a basket to put them in. The fridge, someone else made that, but I changed the texture of I turned it white because it was a nice metallic silver, but it didn't show up because it's very low light in here, so you couldn't actually see it. It just was disappeared into the wall. So I just changed a few panels on it so that it looks white, and left a few the way they were. That comes with the game. I just threw that in the corner, and then I built this unit here to house a sink. So I made the sink, made the taps, I made these the other day, and the drain hole, and then I needed something to put the sort of foodie stuff on. The microwave is one I made in another build. Plates and bowls come with the game. Glasses I made out of, I think it was the plate, actually. One of these two, if you change the size, the shape of it, you actually make it really sort of long and high, you can actually make a glass out of it. I just found that out. So I made a couple of glasses. Cups came from, again, this loft build upstairs. Did the shelving, grabbed those. Someone else made the coffee maker. Someone else made the lamp. I just stuck a couple of things down to look like serviettes. And the chair comes with the game. And then this light fitting I made myself a while ago. It used to be in, oh, it's in another build. It's in the same build as the microwave, but it's in the bedroom upstairs. So I put that in. So there you go. So basically a nice little office out here. Where am I? When you're out here in the bar, you get a little sense of something through there. So there's a light shining through. Doors open just enough to walk through comfortably. And of course, when you're building it, always use your avatar to get the height and everything right of all the furniture you use. But in this case, everything's sort of made already. So. And we've got our office finished. So actually, this build is finished now. I don't need to do anything else. So there you go. That's how to make a build using other people's creations instead of having to build them all yourself. You might find, like I did, you need to build a couple of things, of simple things yourself. So like that's just a block with the wood on it, and then shrink that block down. Well, yeah, grab that one and pull it over, like repeat it, copy it, pull it over, and then just pull it all down to make that shape there, and then do the same thing on all the corners so that it fits perfectly. It's like you don't have to move it around and get joins. It'll be like seamless. Put the legs on, copy it again, squish it down, make a little panel for the front, stick it out just a tiny bit, make it very thin, stick it out just a tiny bit, and then change the pattern or the colour. And then I find the best thing to use to make doors, to make a door, instead of putting two panels, because people will go and see it from like this far away, so it looks right from a distance. So you just basically stick a very, very small line and make it black, and just poke it out a little bit from that surface. And that's just a couple of spheres squashed down to make ovals. Just stick them out. It's just to suggest a piece of furniture. And then I use the same thing again on this one. Just the line, and then the two things supposed to be handles. But the line gives you, this is what I used for this door that they made here, because they made the door and everything, but it didn't look like it was two pieces. It looked like it was just one single blob of wood. So I just put the line on it. Like you just make a very thin line and just bring it out slightly, so that and then check it from a distance that you can see it and it draws properly. It's not so thin that it disappears. And then from a distance it looks like a crack, like it would if it was two doors. Yeah. So it's just a little simple trick that you can use to make quick furniture, to make it look like there's doors there, when you've just got one panel in my chair. Okie dokie, so there you go. That's how to make a room using other people's stuff. And yeah, you'll find you might need to build some of your own stuff as well, but generally you can kit out a place just by downloading other people's stuff, and they're only just too happy to share it. Okay, take it easy. See you later. Okay, I've just got a PS. I just remembered something that I didn't say, which is you'll find when you use other people's stuff, the file size for your room may go up more than if you just built things yourself. They'll use a lot of, well, I found that anyway. I found that people are building with, and sometimes there's doubles inside their stuff, but because they use so many pieces in their little stuff, and you generally, if you're building your own, you'll find, especially if you're just starting out, you'll find that a lot of the things you make are very simple. You're not doing the fine work, like the buttons are tiny and everything's small, and like the all the little pieces I make. Everything adds to the file size. So after I made this office, the file size jumped up quite a lot, and that was pretty much because I was downloading things that other things people had made. So just bear that in mind, that if you're building your own stuff and you're doing a simple job, the file size will be smaller. But as you're adding more and more of just plonking people's, to you it feels like you just put one thing in, like I've just grabbed a keyboard, so I've got indigestion. I just grabbed a keyboard and put that in, and in your mind you're going like, I'll just put one item in, but that's made up of many items. So each time you add one thing, like one object that someone else has made, it's made of many things, and the mental trick that your brain is playing on you is that it's only one thing you've put in, so it shouldn't matter. It's only one more item, but it's actually lots and lots and lots of items. So if you find your room, I'm already finding that this room is starting to lag very slightly. When I walk, there's just a slight jarring in the frame rate, and that's because it's a 3 point something megabytes now, which is normally a room's usually less than a megabyte. It's usually like 500 kilobytes or something like that. So just bear that in mind, that as you're adding more and more things, your file size is going to go up, and that's going to affect how it runs for people on lower systems. And I've got quite a good graphics card, so if it's doing it for me, it'll also do it mainly maybe for other people as well. So just bear that in mind as well. Alright, see you later.